This is Re.Shoot, an amateur's guide to gooder film.
I am Hector Carlo.
I'm Ruthie Carlo.
Now,
Yes.
Now.
yeah,
I was hoping to be subtle about it and see if
big
someone would
things
pick up on it.
happened. Also, this movie's
artist-
bad, and I'm Eduardo Soler.
So there's three
Yes.
different kinds of Christmas movies, right? So there's your Hallmark romance, Christmas magic one.
Okay.
There's your kids Santa cheesy reindeer Christmas magic one.
And then there's
Third cate-
Krampus.
No, the category is Die Hard.
I was gonna say, is it Die Hard?
It is Die Hard.
Die Hard.
And this
Yeah.
movie,
Home Alone. Where does it fall into in these three categories?
Die Hard.
Yep.
Easy.
I was gonna. And this movie, Sweetest Christmas, it somehow goes into all three.
Yep.
Because it makes me.
That's how we're leading
It
in.
makes me feel like I'm dying hard. I'm getting the rage ready for this one. Holy eggnog.
CPR was administered onto me after 45 minutes of this movie, and then I needed it again 2 more times.
Oh man, this movie was so bad.
It was so bad. It was so good. I loved how bad it was. I love a good bad movie. You'll notice I enjoyed The Meg. I enjoyed this. I love a good bad movie.
Here's the thing. Can I tell my little story about Hallmark movies? My little connection with them?
Sure, if you want to.
Okay, so I used to work for a home for adults with who were dealing with mental illness and just helping them trying to help them on their ways to recover. One lady would always watch Criminal Minds and Law and Order SVU almost exclusively. Except for Christmas. She loved Hallmark movies, and she got me started watching Hallmark movies, something my mother could never do. I watched about 6 around that time. Like, just really watched 6. I had some free time when we'd watch them. And I thought, okay, Ruthie picked Sweetest Christmas. This one, so I suggested, let's do a Hallmark movie, mainly to see Ed rage. But Ruthie wanted to pick one.
I looked at the greatest of all time lists, just like on the blogs or whatever, and I saw this one in 2 different lists. So I thought it would be good. And then I read the premise and I knew it would be good.
And here's the thing. I thought I was ready. I thought I actually had like one that I like, which is the one about the firefighter and the cat. It stars Brandon Routh, who played Superman in Superman Returns. But again, that man, you can put a brick wall next to him and he'll have chemistry with that brick wall. He's a great actor. So, but I'm like, I'm ready. I can handle this movie. Jingle jangle. I can't. Oh man.
Yeah, I red and green. This movie through 3 different sittings because I just couldn't.
I powered through it in one day, in one night. Let's do this.
Bad movie, yes, very.
It was fun to kind of rip into. So one more thing about this movie. My mom watches one Hallmark Christmas movie a week, every week this year, since January. And when I told her I was watching this one, she's like, oh,
Since
that
January?
one. Since January, she's been watching one a week. And that's holding herself back.
There's 52 Hallmark movies.
Oh, bud. Oh, bud.
Oh, that's cute.
Bud. Oh, bud. There's so much more.
There's at least 52.
No, there's at least 200. I'm pretty sure.
I think there's enough for every day of the year.
There is enough for every day of the year.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
Oh.
This is what the Hallmark Channel lives off of. They're on life support. They're like a vampire who's on life support by the time November comes around. They fill up the overgorge by December.
Oh Lord.
Don't forget Christmas in July. Ooh boy.
Oh yeah. It's them and the ABC specials. Like
Yeah, they go hard. So my mom loves these movies to hell and back, or to heaven and back, to the North Pole and back.
Hey.
And even when I watched this movie, when we were talking about the next morning after I watched it, she's just like, God, that third act makes no sense, huh? She has no...
The last half hour is just like, excuse me?
Yeah, my mom does not... Like, she doesn't really... she's smart, but she doesn't really... Like, she doesn't like to think critically during movies. She just enjoys them for what they are, you know.
And she warned Hector, like, why did you pick this movie? It was really bad.
And even at the end, she's just like, that last part makes no sense, huh? I'm like, yeah, it really doesn't.
Anyways, I think we're done with the preamble. Let's get into the amble. Hector, do you want to give the synopsis? I think Ed and I have both done it. I don't think you've done it.
Okay.
Good luck. God.
Like, yeah, there's a lot that just scratch the surface, please, because
There's a whole lot of nothing. That's the problem. It's what
Yeah,
can you
there's
say?
No,
there's
but
so
then-
much fluff to it.
there's so much like meaningless little fucking arcs that are like 2 minutes long. And it's-
Okay, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me get you a drink of water.
Okay, yes.
I'm already dying just thinking about this.
All right. So, let me find her name. Kylie is the main character.
Mhm.
She's the perfect person who does nothing wrong. Literally nothing wrong.
Except she broke up with Nick. That was
No,
like
but,
a
no,
one-
but she had good reasons to break up with Nick, so it's fine.
But it was also added in exposition, so that didn't happen during the movie. So
Yes.
fair.
she literally did nothing wrong during
This entire
the
movie. So you have Kylie, the main character. She's dating a guy named, and I shit you not, Alex Hockey, who is a real estate man. It doesn't
he's
even
a re-
fucking matter.
He
but
does real estate.
does
yeah.
real
Like,
It honestly doesn't.
It doesn't matter. This movie hit me hard for some reason. Maybe just because it was the stress of planning a wedding, and I had to watch this in the meanwhile. But like,
You said that like it was a bad thing. This is a good bad movie.
it
Come
was
on,
a good
guys.
bad
Just
movie.
Enjoy the
It
bad
was.
movie.
I enjoyed it, but it came at such a weird time, and also it's so Hallmark. It's like they bared it down to essentials anyway. So he's like super into his work, right? Which we've seen in many Hallmark movies before, but this time this guy seems like really into it. Like I have never seen any movie go this hard on the
Workaholic ex-boyfriend.
the workaholic ex-boyfriend, except he's not ex yet. So she thinks he's gonna propose. So instead they go out to the restaurant where pizza restaurant where she meets her ex, Alec, not Alex, Nick. Thank you,
Whatever his last name is.
Nick. Whatever, doesn't matter. Nick, and they start to automatically reconnect a little bit, but she's on a date, not much. Ends up they used to date. They're both cooks. Oh yeah, Kylie used to be a cook. She went to grad school, or she went to culinary school.
Mm-hmm.
She's eaten at Michelin star restaurants, which I'm going to get to later. And she worked at her boyfriend's company as a secretary, was it?
Yeah.
Because she's like, she needs to make money because she's in so much debt.
Well, she's a pastry chef, and the town that she's in.
It wasn't even a pastry chef. It was just a random. Was it bakery in the first beginning?
It wasn't explicitly. She wants to open a cake website next year, and basically, she used to be a pastry chef, and she used to work at the only restaurant in town. There's 8 restaurants in town. Keep that in mind for later. I'm gonna get back to it. There's 8 restaurants in town. There used to be 9. The one that she worked at closed.
So she, instead of looking for another maybe she did look through other restaurants.
None of them could afford a pastry chef.
Oh, right. So she worked for her
movie, that's
boyfriend. She thinks he's going to propose because it's like the fancy restaurant, the way he's
Pizzeria.
talking to her, and then but instead he's like, I want you to move up and be like my personal assistant, was it?
Office manager.
Office manager. I want to be the office manager because you're just so good. I want you to be part of my team. And that's the exact words that make her realize I can't
Fudge.
date this guy anymore because it's just all a big team thing to him. And he's like, oh no, like I'm breaking up. She breaks up with him. It's like, I can't do this. Understandable, fair. Although they both really love Christmas because he's all about like also getting that. He really wants this Christmas party to go well for everyone.
Well, apparently the last one was such a nightmare.
What about the Christmas party?
So they break up. She lives with her sister and she uses the oven because she wanted to enter a baking contest.
A gingerbread
contest. Thank you, gingerbread contest. But then the oven gets on fire and the mom's like, "Oh, it's just on fire, whatever." Like it's literally just
my girl set my kitchen aflame.
Whatever. It's no BD.
We just broke the oven. We won't get it till Christmas.
Yeah, because of course it's all
Gingerbread.
Christmas. So she's like, "Oh, tinsel. I have to work with Nick, my ex." But in a big twist of fate, interesting idea, she's the one who likes Christmas. Her new guy is the one who doesn't really give much of a
Mistletoe
about Christmas because he's so busy as a workaholic chef. Nick is like, I'll let you use my oven if you can just watch my son help him with his like baking stuff.
Because the son's got a Christmas party and he doesn't know what to bake.
So while this whole shenanigans going on, she helps him He helps her. They start to get closer. And then there's this twist where in the baking competition starting, and she always liked this one author who was like an author slash baker who makes like the best gingerbread shit around. And the author's like, I'm gonna join the competition. She's like,
La 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 la.
I'm gonna quit. But it ends up that her now ex wants to win her back by proposing to her using this other lady's gingerbread creation to propose. So she wasn't even really in the contest. She was just there to help him propose, which is honestly really sweet. She enters the contest. She there's this whole thing of like, will they, won't they, with the main couple. But at first, when Alex proposes to, I almost said to Nick, which would have been like to Kylie, Nick is like, oh no. And he starts to,
you can swear.
Oh no. And he starts to leave. I don't need to swear, because it was more an oh no. And it was the funniest part of the whole movie to me. And then she's like, but I chose you. I didn't say yes to him. It's like, but it's still too late. It's always been too late. And then, which makes no
snowflake
sense in this context. It was just adding drama. And then she's like, I'm using this carousel this little carousel thing, because they have a carousel history together where their first kiss was on a carousel after like his mom died. Mom died. So she's like, I'm gonna recreate the carousel using this little drone, like little Roomba thing that my future son-in-law made a little pizza turner invention out of, which is cute.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize that. Anyways.
Yeah, so that's going on, but like, I'll get to that part. So basically, he's like, "Oh, it is you are like, oh, you do love me," even though she said it earlier. But he needed a show of show commitment, which
I can't wait to tear that thing apart.
Oh, I'm tearing that thing apart hard.
We have to like rock paper scissors to go first, because I'm chomping at the bit.
Me and Ed are probably going to be like the two. So anyway, they kiss, and in the carousel, he gets a carousel for her in like an hour somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So they can ride the carousel, because like, I know a guy. Like, who's your carousel dealer, man? Let me in.
Yeah. and then they kiss, and then they play the song, and then the movie ends, and it's really bad.
It's so bad. Oh, so that's Sweetest Christmas. So yeah, all right. Who wants to go first?
Have I ever gone first?
Ed, you should go first.
You should go first.
Okay. This movie's kind of bad. I don't know how many times I've said it already, but yeah.
Not enough.
Okay. So, this movie, a lot of hand holding on what the hell is going on. Like, second scene in the movie. I don't know. I don't even know, dude. First or second scene in the movie, Kylie is like baking some
elves
gingerbread. I don't know. It's her niece and nephew are there. There's something about, I don't even know what they're talking about. Anyway, the camera pans to a calendar that they have in the background that shows what day in December it is. And it says December 1st. And then it kind of like fades out and fades back in the same kind of shot where it shows December 16th. It's been 15 days, 2 weeks. We can see it on the screen. And then when the camera starts panning back out, they just decide to put text on the shot that says 2 weeks later. We didn't need that. Like, I wish you guys could see what I'm doing right now, because
he's moving his hands.
It's so hard to comprehend.
He's putting his hands out like in front of his face, like
kind of framing his face, just like rubbing his temples occasionally.
Yeah, no, this
like I'm pretty sure, since you pan the camera to the calendar, people are looking at the calendar. They can tell it's been 2 weeks. You don't have to put the text on the screen. You take the text out. That's it. That's how you fix it. It's not easy. Oh my God. But yeah, the whole like, oh Jesus, this plot is all over the place
It's so hard to fix.
because there's like 6 plots going on. So you got Kylie
This
baking
movie's like 90
gingerbread shit,
minutes.
baking gingerbread
Santa Claus?
for this
Jolly?
fucking competition that she's going to. She has problems with Alex, things with Nick, things about
Kringle?
Nick's son, the Christmas party,
Mary.
what else is there? Like,
Wait, there's 2 Christmas parties. There's the Alex Christmas party, and then there's the Bobby Christmas party. For clarification.
Oh right, yeah.
wait, the Bobby, which
Bobby's
one?
the kid. Bobby's the kid.
Bobby is Nick's
Oh,
son.
the
Alex.
Christmas party for Bobby, she just has to bake like cupcakes or some
Eggnog.
for him, right?
Yeah. Wait, she won't do it for him, but she's gonna like tell him what
Help
to do.
him, yeah.
Yeah.
The movie starts off with her talking about the gingerbread competition, and like the 2 weeks skip is to tell us she was making the thing to enter, and then she won, and she got that alert like 2 weeks later that like you're in the semifinals or whatever, the finals, and then it just kind of drops that
Coquito.
for like 45 minutes or an hour.
Oh right, it's a competition movie. Oh man.
And it's just like the Alex thing about what's his name again? His last name?
Hockey,
Alex
Hockey.
Hockey.
Hockey housing, right? What's it called?
This movie, I'm pretty sure it takes place in. Ruthie told me this. Like for
They mention it like 2 times in the movie. It's very close to Atlanta, like Georgia.
it's winter. It's
It's
snowing.
snow. There's snow everywhere.
Apparently it does snow in Atlanta, Georgia sometimes.
Oh, it does. Okay.
And it
mean,
gets
like,
really fucking cold there also sometimes.
Okay.
sometimes, but like
This movie doesn't make any mention. Maybe it's just a stupid nitpick, but this movie doesn't make any mention of like oh, this is strange. Like, oh, we got snow this year. That's new. That's
Oh yeah,
not
yeah.
normal.
I guess that's the thing. They like this
they just treat it like this is
frigid
Jingle jangle.
temperature and snow like nonstop is just like regarded as normal.
And there's very few
But I
like,
don't think-
roads. There's always like sidewalks.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice that?
Red and green.
You're right.
Oh my god. Yeah, but that's just
Wait, no,
like,
that's normal. That's normal.
this is
for
bad
Hallmark
set
movies.
design.
That's pretty
This is-
normal for Hallmark movies. 'Cause
Yeah,
you
but that's
can't do
just
this much in
bad-
a car.
Well,
Yeah,
just have a road. A road.
Well, yeah. Well,
it's
then
just
again,
bad. Again, bad set design.
yeah,
budget.
yeah.
But still, that's not even like.
Actually, no.
I
No,
didn't
you're
even
right.
realize that because the rest of the movie was kind of bad also. So like, I wasn't paying attention to set design. It's not a thing I really do pay attention to. Anyways, segue from the gingerbread competition into Alex hockey, all about his hockey gingerbread. Also, Kylie has like super hearing because she heard she heard Alex complaining about the coffee machine like from her desk at the first floor, and Alex was on the second floor and also like 20 feet away from like the stairs, and she heard him just like complain about the coffee.
But she can't hear Nick coming to see the proposal.
I mean, that would make sense. You speaking as someone who has been proposed to,
You have?
yeah, yes.
Huh.
Everything kind of just fades away from your knowledge, everything fades from existence except for the person in front of you.
Okay. Yeah, but is it different though if you are being proposed to by someone you want to say no to?
I feel like this is my gut answer because that's not the route that I took
Thank
in
God.
that video game. I didn't get the bad ending. I imagine
Oh.
the kind of embarrassment, like that kind of like, oh God, no, please.
And that's why you should know the answer before you propose. Anyways, yeah, Alex, the super hearing part, that thing, yeah.
Would you just
And-
not have her do that? Have that?
No, it's just a
Fudge.
weird
Just saying
thing.
that
Okay.
It's just a
You
weird
just say
thing
that-
that doesn't need to be there. Like the entire movie doesn't need to be exist, but whatever.
I think he's just saying the things that he doesn't like. Out of curiosity, what is your list of things that you do like?
Okay. Honestly, the carousel, like gingerbread thing she made,
That was really
like
cool.
I thought that like, they mentioned the carousel like 45 minutes before or like 30 minutes before, and then they don't mention it again, and then the carousel's there. That was good. That was good like, when I saw it, I'm like, oh yeah, the carousel. Like, oh, like it made sense and it was good, and like it wasn't a Deus Ex or anything like that. And yeah, it made sense to the story and to, she wants Nick's.
Ho ho ho.
Anyways, yeah, that was good. And then the other good thing that I liked actually feeds off of a bad thing of this movie, because the dialogue is dog,
Tinsel.
but the acting with
Mistletoe.
dialogue for some reason wasn't horrendous. Like Kylie, whoever Kylie is, that actress, good job on you. Nick also.
My mom actually recognized the actress for Kylie, and I was really surprised because I've never seen her before.
My mom did too. I think Kylie does a lot of Hallmark movies. If I remember correctly, my mom said that.
I don't know, but she can work with dog shit dialogue, which is more than Ewan McGregor can say.
A significant portion
You
of her
shut your mouth
lines-
about the prequels, you
Hey,
fucking
hey,
piece of
can I finish
shit.
my sentence,
Sorry,
please?
he made fun of the prequels. Go ahead, my love.
I mean,
Sorry.
like a good portion of her lines were exposition that were so unnecessary. Like,
yeah, like
the gingerbread, the oven's broken because I need to win my gingerbread contest. I need to go to Nick's place, but it's awkward because he and I broke up. I broke up with him like 20 years ago.
Was it that first?
yeah, they
Mom-
broke up in like high school, like after graduating high school, right?
Yeah. Like
And,
in
like-
high school, she's
and
like
yeah,
15.
And then like there's this really weird conversation between Kylie and her sister about Nick, and Kylie's just like, oh, when his mom died, blah blah blah, and then the divorce, and then he got married, and then they divorced, and like that was a year ago, and I'm like, people don't talk like that.
Wait, they
Find a
mentioned the
better
divorce?
way.
Yes, they did.
I
they
didn't catch the
mentioned the
divorce until the
divorce.
until the son mentioned that his mom and dad are split.
She mentions that like she saw like she was kind of just I remember this too. She was talking with her sister. She's like, yeah, I just kind of like watched Nick from afar, like a creepy person. Then one day at like a church picnic, I saw he had a baby, and that was Bobby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then like he talks about how when she got back from culinary school or something, he was married, and then she found out he was divorced not that long ago, but the divorce happened like a year ago or some bullshit
okay.
like that. I don't know, but yeah, she explicitly says this all to her sister, who knows all of this
Snowflake.
already, as an exposition. And I don't even know, like, you don't even need that explanation because he's a single dad. You can kind of either he's a widower or divorce. Like, pick one. You don't have to say it. You can just have him be a single dad. And like, yeah, mention his mom dying, sure, whatever. Like, that's a thing, sure. But like, yeah. But she delivers those lines like they're good dialogue lines, and I'm like, how are you doing this? She's a good actor. So is Nick. Alex was okay. Sister's not great either. She's just, I don't know. Either either she's not the best actor or just like the character she was going for is just awkward or weird to me. I don't know. I couldn't quite tell if it was bad acting or just like the sister character being kind of weird.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. And then there's another line she delivers, large boy. Instead of saying big boy to Nick's son, she says large boy.
Large boy.
And
Large boy.
large boy. Yeah. Yeah, that was right before Alex, like the 5-star Michelin restaurant, which is Nick's restaurant, where
No, it's
Alex
not.
takes.
No, it's
Is.
not 5-star. It's a 5-star restaurant. Is it Michelin? It wasn't Michelin.
No, it's just like a normal ass pizzeria. In fact, she comments like, "Oh, I was expecting like a fancier place."
I don't
Like
remember.
she was
I
surprised.
thought
it was
I
pizzeria.
thought they. Oh,
No,
well,
it's not Michelin star. Michelin stars are really hard to get, dude. Like I've actually done some research into Michelin stars, not
Of
just
course
for
you
this movie, not just for this movie, but like I like food, and I got there was a yeah. Anyway,
Anyways, whatever. Pizzeria, Nick's Pizzeria, one restaurant. And yeah, like Alex proposes to her, but just like you get a promotion, office manager, and she's like, yeah, he.
I will say, I actually really like that she was like not even going to take it. She's like, okay, if you're not going to consider me in a romantic light, nah,
Yeet.
nah.
okay, so what would you fix then?
What would I fix?
I know I'm just curious.
If you're gonna have Alex in the movie, you kind of need to have a way to yeet him off if you want Kylie to be with Nick. So, yeah, I mean, it was really awkward, the whole fucking thing. You could fix the dialogue on a lot of that, but I don't know what I like. I'm not good with dialogue. Just
Okay.
really.
Oh, you got it?
No.
Oh.
No.
Just you go.
No. I had a question for you. I told you in our chat, like, if you can find a way to fix any of the camera work, you'd be the hero of the podcast this episode. Did you find any ways to fix some or add some interesting angles or something?
I mean,
Everything.
I wasn't paying too much attention to the camera work because the rest of the movie was also kind of bad. The camera work overall was pretty standard, just like normal pans, normal zooms, stuff like that. Following characters around and shit. Overall, like there's a lot of walking to the camera. Like they're just walking towards the camera kind of stuff, and you're not really sure where they're headed. So like I don't know, like maybe some side shots of like some shots of like this is the destination, them walking into frame and stuff like that, especially for the well maybe not for the pizzeria where Alex takes
where he gets
Kylie
dumped.
where he gets dumped. But yeah, I should have paid more attention to the cinematography.
No, that's actually I didn't even catch that they were mostly walking towards the camera. That's actually a really not. I'm looking back and yeah, you're right. That's a really good catch. Actually, I've been seeing a lot of Hallmark movies and I never catch that. So no, like props to you.
And
that's a good one.
Like some of the conversation shots, at least both people are in frame, and it's not like shot look shot kind of stuff. Yeah, but very standard, very not terrible, nothing special. Again, like the Meg. Yeah, just a bunch of that stuff, panning, zoom. Yeah, just nothing like was visually appealing ever really. There was like I don't remember how the scene exactly went down, but when Alex actually proposes at the end, I think the camera kind of like I don't know if there's a cut or if just like smash, like look over to where Nick is or something like that. I don't remember if it was a cut or if it was an actual just like quick pan. But if it was a quick pan, then that was one thing that I guess I don't remember. I watched that earlier today and I don't remember what it was.
It does kind of bleed together, especially with the third act being
The biggest.
so chaotic.
That's a nice way of putting it.
But yeah, like there has to be a way to like make the movie more cohesive, because with all these different plot points, it feels like one movie in the first 10 minutes with the gingerbread competition, a different movie with Kylie dumping Alex, a different movie with Kylie setting up the Christmas party for hockey housing, whatever Christmas, their Christmas party. And then it's another movie that is more like thoroughly spread out with Kylie trying to get Nick's
ho ho ho.
And then like a short film of Kylie helping Nick's son with the baking whatever, his party.
Yeah, except she doesn't really help a lot.
That was like the thing the movie, that was what the relationship was based upon, but it's only touched upon for like 2 minutes tops.
Yeah, it's like they mentioned it like 3 times.
It's so
And then like the Alex movie comes back at the end, and in the middle of like, you know, the gingerbread thing coming back, in the middle of like the heightened Nick stuff. Like, why? I thought that plot point was dead. I thought it was done. I thought it was done after the Christmas party. Like, why was it back? It didn't do anything. Honestly. Yeah. It's a lot of stuff going on at the same time, and it's so just not flows together at all. Because you can do stuff like that. You can do like Tarantino does this all the time with like
la 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 la.
Saying Tarantino and a Hallmark and the same.
No, like because he does it well. Like he splits his movies up into chapters and stuff like that, and it works.
Yeah.
You know?
Baking the Sweetest Christmas Part 2.
Yeah. And
the
like even Bad Times at the El Royale, like the most Tarantino movie that isn't by Tarantino, does it kind of well because it just goes through all the persons, all the people's like
chapters.
No. He splits a lot of his movies into chapters within it, and Bad Times at the El Royale does a good thing because it just switches from vantage point of each of the characters.
That would be a good way to fix this.
Which there's another movie called Vantage Point that does it terribly.
Irony.
Yeah.
But would that that would work.
It could. It just there needs to be better flow between the shit, you know, like, and I think the Alex thing was brought back up at the end just for kind of a shock factor and inserting drama where there wasn't any.
That's like 90% of Alex's character and his motivations. It's just unnecessary drama.
Just shame, because I actually thought of I had some weird things to say about that, but go on.
Sorry.
No,
yeah, and then there's this scene. I just have these notes here, but I don't remember exactly what I was trying to remind myself. But I do remember that there's a part in the movie where, or like, Kylie is definitely interested, definitely 100%. But then she says to like her sister that they're just friends or something like that, like, or tells him just friends, like Steph. But you want his dick, so why are you saying that? Also, the foosball scene.
Oh, the foods. I had thought. Wow, we're all in sync
The
today.
foosball scene.
Yeah.
What the mistletoe? What? Why? Hello? Excuse me? Yeah, that's what I think about the foosball scene.
For context, people who don't want to see this movie, and I can't blame you, but you really should join us in suffering.
Yeah, no, don't. I want them to experience it how you're meant to experience it.
Okay, so I won't say anything about
Watching the
scene then.
foosball scene, you will know it when you see it, and just failing to comprehend why that's a thing.
I see why they put it in. It's trying to show like, oh, this is what they were like when they were kids. This is them rekindling that kind of high school sweetheart relationship. But yeah, it did feel like super unnecessary because Kylie doesn't strike me as a foosball kind of gal.
It made me want a foosball Hallmark movie now. Actually, that was my first thought. I was like, I kind of want more of a foosball Hallmark movie instead of freaking baking. Like, do some crazy
Esports Christmas Hallmark movie.
Oh no! I'm gonna want to write this shit.
I want to write this too.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Hallmark, pay us money.
I will write you when you want to. You're getting younger generations back, Hallmark. But if you want to pull a recipe for seduction, contact us. We will help write a freaking esports thing, maybe a speed running one, because I'm more familiar with speed running. But like,
hire me as cinematographer. I can make good shots, I promise.
God, is this gonna be like when YouTubers make it like to actual acting, like fucking Casey Neistat and Project Power? Are we going from?
And then I don't know what happens between the foosball scene.
This is we have to CPR Ed.
I don't know what happens between the foosball scene and the revelation that Ina, what's her face, enters the competition, the gingerbread competition. Yeah, I think the Nick's son's baking thing is resolved, and like they throw snowballs at each other for a little bit, but they're not snowballs. They're just throwing snow at each other because they're not balls.
I don't think. Was it actual snow? No, I'm curious.
I think it is actual snow.
Okay. They're kids. I'm not gonna blame the kids for.
No, this was Kylie and Nick throwing snow at each other.
I completely forgot that scene existed.
Yeah, I remember like Kylie's nieces throwing.
Yeah, and I'm like, they're kids, but no, I'm.
Oh yeah, wasn't there a scene where Kylie? Yeah, wait, hold up. There's a scene where Kylie drives to her sister's house, and then she leaves immediately afterwards, right? She like walks in, or like she's there, sister's there. She like walks up to her sister. They exchange like 5 lines, and she's like, "Oh,
Mary,
I gotta leave," and then she leaves. And
that was because she was running late. She forgot about something though. That's different. I've done that kind of jangle in real life.
That's big ADHD move.
That's big ADHD.
Okay. Oh yeah, and like there's this whole thing about Kylie reviving Nick's Christmas gingerbread because like he's so busy with his restaurant and single dad problems, all that, and then she buys him a Christmas tree.
Yeah, isn't it implied that his mom died around Christmas?
I never got that implication.
So yes. Here's the thing. So his mom died, and then they went to the carousel. That was their first kiss, and she broke up with him not too long after, but it was a significant enough memory where he got a Christmas-specific carousel.
Oh, tinsel. You're right. My first thought was it's a carnival. There's no way they can.
And the Christmas carousel thing was from his mom that died. So yeah, lots of carousel stuff. You could have done more with that.
Honestly, I didn't think there was a lot of carousel stuff. I feel like they could have.
Yeah, I know they could have done more with it. Definitely, 100% could have done more with it.
Yeah.
But they, for being a Hallmark movie, like I said, they do utilize it pretty okay, in some little bit. Yeah, I don't. And mistletoe. Oh, this reminds me. So, Nick has this like heart-to-heart with the token black character,
Ralphie.
Ralphie,
He was my
right?
favorite actor in the whole movie. Not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
he was actually a pretty decent actor also.
Mhm.
Yeah, kept up with Kylie on that department. Anyways, he has his heart to heart with Ralphie, and he comes to the conclusion that he's gonna tell Kylie how he feels, right? Kind of thing.
Oh,
Or but like, is that? I don't remember if that's like, yeah. I don't remember if this heart to heart he has with Ralphie is before this scene that I'm talking about, or like the one where he walks into Alex proposing. But Ralphie helps Nick on something, and then like Nick starts. No, it was Kylie calls Nick to be like, "Hey, I need to talk to you. Can you like meet up?" And then they meet up at the restaurant, and then Nick has just had this like heart to heart with Ralphie or something along those lines, and
I remember that.
he starts this inspirational like starting speech of like almost confessing his love, and then he doesn't, and then just segue. Anyways, you called me. You wanted to talk about something.
No, I was gonna say something. Ralphie's
What?
speech about love and are you talking about Ralphie's speech about love and
No,
hope
I'm
and
talking
shit?
about Nick's inspirational speech to Kylie, and then the segue is literally he almost confesses his love, and then he's like, "Anyways, you called me and you wanted to talk about something." Literally.
I thought he just chickened out.
Yeah, you could
No,
have
but
he could have cued that a little bit better.
yeah, he was just so like out of
La 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 la.
like it non sequitur on the whole thing there. It
Oh,
just did
hi,
not
Mark.
follow. It yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like I did not hit her. I did not.
Mistletoe.
Did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
It's literally that. It's
I-
literally Kylie. I love you, but I'm not saying I actually love you. Anyways, you called me.
No, it gets okay.
It's literally that.
Speaking of speeches, just while we're in that tangent, sorry, I almost just forget. There's that one scene where like Ralphie talks to Nick.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
it's about hope
that's the heart to heart
and hope and love. Yeah, no, that was such a good speech. That was wasted on such a bad movie. Like, that's a genuinely heartfelt thing. Like, I actually felt something in my cold that it got me out of that state of my heart dying that this movie put me through. So for 3 minutes, I felt something for like a minute or two.
I do agree.
And then I'm like, what? Wait, what? Like, what? Why? That was such a good scene.
And then Nick,
that was such a good thing.
And then nothing happened. Like the scene, like
Fudge.
Leads to nothing. No.
It literally leads to nothing. It's nothing. Nothing comes from it because it's either it's either that scene and then this non sequitur speech into "you called me," or the Nick walking into Alex proposing. I don't remember which one it is. Those two scenes are like 20 minutes apart, and I can't tell. Like, just so you know, those two scenes are like 20 minutes apart, and I can't tell when like the heart to heart with Ralphie happened and what happened afterwards. This movie, anyways, yeah, that happens, and then all of a sudden, the gingerbread competition's red and green picks up again after an hour of nothing on that.
I feel like you've already mentioned this part. You're trying to repeat yourself, dude.
Yes, I did before when I just like said that the movie. There's like 5 different movies in it. I can't form my thoughts. And then, yeah, but I'm just going like, okay, let me take a few steps back to the segue. Yeah, dialogue.
Mary.
There's better ways to segue that. Anyways, and then like the movie goes hard on this gingerbread competition again. Like actually, even it's just been like slightly mentioned throughout until now, where it's actually like picking up. And yeah, she makes her thing. She's like doing her thing and like, you know, stuff with Nick, whatever. And then, you know, whatever godmother is revealed to be in the competition, and then she's like, I give up. And And
Yeah,
then the proposal from Alex happens, which again is bullshit. Like apparently, Hockey Holmes, Alex, like sponsors godmother bit, and then like it's all a ruse to propose to Kylie, and Kylie kind of walks in on the shit, and Alex proposes, and Nick shows up, and it's just drama, and that's literally the end of the Alex storyline. By the way, it just abruptly ends there, where she says no to the proposal and like goes chasing after Nick.
His purpose in the Hallmark movie has been fulfilled.
Yes.
He is free.
He's
been
free
released from the mortal coil.
Yeah.
He just dies immediately.
Oh,
he
Lord.
gets Thanos snapped, just turns to dust.
But yeah, I on my notes I have Lord, the proposal. The entire thing was just
Kringle?
what is happening?
Like, yeah.
It just came out of nowhere after like that plot seemed abandoned.
Also,
the worst part is they hinted at it twice.
They did hint at it, but yeah, he doesn't seem to get the cues.
Twice within 20 minutes of each other, and 30 minutes, and then nothing until the very end again.
Yeah.
It's the first time it's like, oh, she was expecting something else. And it's like, what? And he sees the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then later, she's like, I think I need to do a grand thing to win her back. Eggnog.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
right. That was at the
broke up.
Christmas party.
Yeah.
Like, the very beginning of the
Coquito
movie.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, he doesn't seem to get the cue of this person is now my ex. He doesn't turn that off. Like, I get it's a very recent breakup, but he never gets the we broke up thing. Like,
yeah,
but
then when he proposes, he literally says, "I want you to be on my team again." He says the team thing again. Oh, and then the best line in the entire movie was again Ralphie having one of the best scenes, like it's like Kylie in the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
Nick's kitchen. Nick's not there. Ralphie's there. Sister's there, and they talk to her like about like you gotta to just tell Nick how you feel, like literally tell him. And she's like, but he's not picking up my calls. Blah, blah, blah. And then the best line in the entire movie that I paused and I laughed out loud because it was so perfect. I love this line. Like these are the kind of lines that like it's like the room, like all those lines are just hilarious. And this is what this movie needed to be. She like gets this revelation after the speech that she's given, and she's like, oh, like I like something about like I need to show him or something like that. And then she breaks out her gingerbread mix, and she's like, I just gotta make it, and I gotta tell him how I feel. Quote, the best way I know how. With gingerbread.
No. Is that it? I thought the line after that I think was the one I quoted, which was give me a second. Life comes down to a girl and her oven.
Gingerbread.
Beautiful. Woman's rights.
Jingle jangle.
Snowflake.
Dude, but I just love. Well, yeah, I think I remember that one also. I think it comes right before this because I think the gingerbread is like the last time before it cuts. But yeah, it's like life comes down to a girl in an oven. I just gotta show Nick the way I feel, the best way I know how, with gingerbread. Masterpiece of dialogue and emotion and just it's like
some mistletoe. I'll make up in our D&D games.
Yes.
On the spur of the moment.
It was great line. Amazing. Hallmark, take notes. That's what you need these movies to be. Not whatever this heap of I don't know what this is you made. Anyways. Yeah. And then the good thing. Like she makes the thing, it's the carousel, it spins. I didn't even catch that it spinned on the, thing. Like on the thing that Nick's kid did.
Bobby.
Bobby, whatever.
That's not my purse. I don't know you.
Ow!
That's my purse. I don't know you.
Careful.
Sorry.
Yeah, and then like, yeah, that was sweet. I like that. Like they brought up the carousel a couple times. First kiss, mom dying, grief and love, traumatic experiences, both of them, good or bad. And then like, yeah, it ends. Kylie gets,
Ho ho ho.
you know, carousel kiss
That's
again.
certainly
Movie
a
ends.
way of putting it. Yeah.
Maybe
But
all
would
I
it
don't know.
change? Rewrite the dialogue to, make things make sense, make things follow.
Make them sound human.
Yeah, smooth out like the storylines. I don't know exactly. Like maybe cut like like I don't know is the thing because like the Bobby's little uh cupcake baking thing, like it kind of makes sense in a way that she can, watch Bobby and, relationship and stuff there. But I don't know, like movie's an hour and a half long. It's already filled with filler. Like there's not a lot to work on. Smooth out the storylines. I don't know exactly how. Like it kind of flowed okay from like the gingerbread to the Christmas party, but then after the Hockey Holmes Christmas party is when it just like there's a lot going on and a lot being picked up and dropped and picked up and dropped or picked up and resolved like right away.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. And there's really not, I can't really think of a way to elongate those things if you choose to cut out something else because it would just serve the purpose that Alex was, which is just to create drama to make the movie longer. This could have been a 40-minute movie.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I think I know what to do.
I think I kind of.
But I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
Yeah. Other than that, actors are good. Camera work is basic. Nothing bad though. Pretty bad.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I have some really weird ideas and I don't know how to put this in. Okay, so I'll just start with the things I liked. Alex Hockey is the stupidest name ever. I
Fudge.
love it.
Especially because he's in Georgia. And again, no one has accents.
Oh, you know what? I just thought of something for camera work. Maybe like do some weird like blurring in the background when like Alex proposes. Both times. Like do some weird blurry background, like unfocus the background behind Kylie to show that she's like focused on this and everything else is gone for now.
That would have been that's actually a really cool idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like do it on both, but like in the first time it stays blurry for longer, but in the second time it just blurs and then it goes away really quickly to show that like, oh, this is happening, but I'm not interested anymore, kind of stuff.
All right.
Something interesting, I'd say.
You could even blur it and then it cuts to Nick and everything's clear and then it cuts back to Kylie and then everything's perfectly in place.
Yeah. I like that idea. I tend to stray away from cuts though. I like the longer shots of like a single shot of like a minute or so.
Could you do a pan then? Yeah,
you could do a quick pan, where like it's blurry and then it quick pans to Nick and it's like, like those like lines of things moving and then it's just perfectly clear on Nick and then it pans back and then the blur's gone and all that.
Yeah.
And even on the pan back, like on the first shot, like make it so it's like it seems like the perfect proposal, and then you cut over, and then when you smash back, it's like kind of ugly of a proposal.
Yeah. Like or just like zoomed out awkwardly, so it's like like this is weird, isn't it?
Yeah, but like just like the first scene of like the first hit of Kylie, like I'm getting proposed, like it'll be like, oh, this is good, and then it cuts to Nick and she looks and she's like, oh, Nick's here, and then it cuts back and it's like change the composition of it to make it not as pretty.
Could you zoom out? Could you zoom out, quickly zoom in on Nick, zoom back out to her reaction? I don't know.
no, like the Tarantino zooms. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking, yeah, you could, because the whole scene is it's composed in a lot of very warm lights, so you could even change it so filter from warm to cold just to make it jarring, because all of those colors are super complementary to warm, so it would look awful. Not awful, but like
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Like make the composition worse. Like make the composition good. Boop. Zoom back out or whatever, and then as you come back, the composition's off. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I was just thought of it just now. Yeah. Anyways, continue.
Okay, so I like Alex Hockey. I'm gonna be controversial here. I think Alex. I'm Team Alex on this one. I think in a weird sense, Alex. If he had written a better, Alex should have been the main dude. And I will explain my thoughts in a bit.
actually,
Alex should have gotten the girl.
Alex should have gone the girl. Oh, you do agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll explain when I get there too.
Unless I don't accidentally already. Unless we don't.
I'm not sure if you and I are going to follow the same route, but yeah, we'll see.
Okay, so Ralphie. I like Ralphie. He's a good actor. He needs a. I hope he's in better stuff. Maybe I've seen him before and I didn't recognize him, but like he's a good dude. I want him to do more stuff. I like the kid. He's a good kid. Actors are good. You know, I'll encourage the kid. This one was made recently. I hope he keeps acting if he wants to. Good job, kid. I didn't do the research on his name. I kind of dropped the ball on that part with crediting actors in this movie. And my other favorite thing is that this movie ends. So, one stupid thing. Kylie makes mediocre
gingerbread
for most every time she bakes.
Yes.
Every time except for the carousel. It's like, God, tinsel.
Thank you. All the gingerbread is super like meh. And I get like it's all supposed to be edible only.
Also, they gave Ralphie one big flaw, which is he suggested Santa's village. You think that hasn't already been done to death?
That's the most basic bitch.
Like, dude,
gingerbread
that's
competition.
The most piece of like. Also,
you unimaginative piece of
mistletoe. No, he's not. Yeah, he's
unoriginal.
Unoriginal in that regard. Also, maybe she needs to add more color and fun designs to her gingerbread. There's no color. It's just white. The only non-mediocre thing that was actually good was the carousel, and that's the only thing that didn't look like it was already bought in the box. I said it. I don't care. Okay, Bobby's written so weirdly. He's 6 to 7, and it took me till too late to figure out how old he is. He's 6 to 7. He's around 7 years old, but he at times has the maturity of a teenager or a young adult, especially with the whole romance and love and how he feels about his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Because his dad's just like, oh yeah, my dad's just really busy, you know. Like, no, every 6-year-old complain about their dad not hanging out with them as much. Like, yeah, you see him in the restaurant, but he's still too busy to talk to you. Most 6-year-olds are like that, you know. So he's a perfect character. So, and my biggest complaint is how he just trusts Kylie immediately. Oh, she could be a new mom. Like, I give you a pizza sticker because that means we're friends. I like the idea. I think it's too early. Make him more standoffish. He's a child of divorce. He's going to be really probably, you know, more like, I don't want a new mommy. So, or like, I don't want a new mommy. So he's just going to be like, be friendly, you know, because he's a kid, but a bit standoffish.
Or even mischievous. Have him like be he's a sciencey kid. He can use like the pizza turner as a prank. Make her step on it and then spin around. It'll be funny.
So you're going to we're going to make a younger Kevin McAllister?
Yes.
All right. I'll dig it.
Apparently.
All right. Like the beginnings, origin story, McAllister. So
wait,
yeah,
I've never seen Home Alone.
So make it be friendly but standoffish. So maybe they warm up to each other, and you know, over time, when she helps them with the pastries, not just focus on it for a scene or two. You know,
Hector, did you hear that?
You know, I know.
Try not to dribble my water everywhere.
Like when she said that, I just made this face, and you kept talking, but like Ruthie was losing her shit at my face. I just wanted you to see like the face I made after that, because I'm like,
did you not see my face trying to hold back the laughter?
Like, you haven't seen Home Alone?
No.
Have you seen Die Hard?
No.
I haven't seen Die Hard.
Deeply concerned. Okay, cool. I got a screenshot. It's perfect.
You got it. So, okay. So, he complained, I guess, just, I like the pizza thing. Maybe he gives the pizza sticker to like another chef or a friend.
Or Ralphie.
That was my last one.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Ralphie, and maybe, she's like, she tells him, because he wasn't surprised about the carousel being made. So it seems like, I wonder if he just had a hand in it. Maybe show him helping her at the end of that little plot. She helps him cook, and then he helps her make the thing with the circle. Make the thing with the circle.
Circles, yes.
With the circle, the drone thing. I don't know what it's called. So
the pizza spinner.
The pizza spinner, thank you.
Yes.
So maybe while he's building it, at the end, he just sticks a sticker on her. And that's a cute scene. And then you don't have to say anything, It's just like, it's just a thing. Ruthie, please don't.
Are you posting that? I hope you're posting that picture on the Twitter.
Please.
I can post on. Give me a link. Send me a link. So, as this is going on, this is one way to fix that. Elves. Ed, he keeps posting memes to distract me.
This time he is the meme.
He is the meme.
Put it on the Twitter, like recording our Christmas episode. Ruthie says she hasn't seen Home Alone and Die Hard. Concern.
And then just saturate it when it's like Hector hasn't seen Die Hard either.
Oh, the glowing red eyes, dude.
Yeah.
I love being able to use Photoshop.
Yeah. So, okay. So he helps her put the carousel together. And maybe he accidentally calls her mom too. I don't know. I think just the sticker.
Oh no, I don't like that idea at all.
Yeah, I
hate it when people call someone mom when it's not their mom, when they just literally met them.
Nick and Kylie's breakup and relationship was meh. Why not add a spicy reason to the breakup? The original breakup. They mentioned at one point that she was messy in the past. And it's just a mention, right? Like, hey, you're messy in the past. Like, I'm not messy. Maybe they were fighting like crazy. He just lost his mom. They're both young. And maybe as a bit of a fuck you, or just as a way to get more control, maybe because she feels less of a baker chef than Nick, she leaves a mess of everyone where she uses his kitchen. Bit of mixture, but they're kids. They fight. It give her an actual personality, as in the past. It shows her that she wasn't.
Wait, this is Teen Kylie?
Teen Kylie, yes. So that way, when she adds we weren't right back, so when they said we weren't right for each other back then, it actually does fit.
Yeah.
Also, the dialogue doesn't really help with chemistry, and Nick's just kind of a bad father. 2 dudes alone decorating alone is depressing. Is what he actually fucking says. He doesn't like that. Like, you're a bad father. Come on, your kid likes Christmas. Just
what kid doesn't like?
Yeah,
Christmas?
just try for him. He doesn't care about Christmas. He doesn't just have not time for it. He just doesn't care. Alex, for fuck's sake, Alex cares more. Alex, for fuck's sake, cares more. Alex cares more about Christmas. He cares about he does. He spends so much time caring about the Christmas party. He wants everyone in his office to be happy because he cares about their happiness. In a sense, he does care about Christmas, because that's, to a lot of people who aren't religious, a lot of it's just also making other people happy. He does care about Christmas in that sense. And that's why I'm kind of Team Alex, right? So maybe, I get Kylo's Christmas, and because of that, I don't see a spark between her and Nick. They try to add witty banter, but it's not enough. And I put witty banter in quotes because it really isn't.
It's awkward.
It's awkward. Maybe when they're hanging out, he's trying to offer ideas for Christmas stuff, and he's trying to get into it. Or actually trying to Christmas stuff, not just for the baking contest only, but also for other Christmas things outside. Like, he cares, but he's awkward at it. He's never been that good at it. But he's trying.
And that would play in if his mom died at Christmas, maybe he just doesn't celebrate it. So he doesn't, he got it as a kid, but he doesn't do it now. And
maybe he's trying for a son.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just... So maybe he buys a tree, but it somehow dies on him, or it's in bad shape because he's not used to realizing what a good Christmas tree is anymore. Also, she only really pursues him. He doesn't give her anything. Why didn't he give her the carousel toy in the beginning as a gift? Not beginning, but when they're hanging out. Like, oh, thank you so much for everything. I'm glad to have you as a friend again. Too scared to admit it. Here's your gift. And it's a carousel toy. And it's like, oh, the memory. And then they talk about that. That's fine. I guess I'm going off the cuff for this part, but I think Alex with just a few dialogue change would have been a better choice. And just maybe show him actually trying throughout the movie to win her back subtly, not just like, oh, I'm going to make a grand scheme. Like, he's trying. It's getting shut down. He's genuinely trying. He messed up, but he really did have, show that he had her best thoughts in mind. Like, he really, when he said my team, it's just because he sees everything in an office light, but he really does care for her.
Yeah, like make him have an actual character change in the movie instead of workaholic.
Maybe he's like trying, like he's like, oh, make her enjoy the contest more. What if I got that late godmother lady as a judge?
I thought about that too.
Just get her as a judge. And then it still leads to awkwardness because he's trying. He's genuinely trying. He's heartbroken that it's not working. I may be projecting myself a bit into past dates with Ruthie here, but he's trying.
I mean, you nail it.
Not every time, let's be real. So he tries, and it fails, but he keeps trying. And at the end, he's like, fine, one grand gesture, the proposal. That's the real reason he hired her. If that wasn't the lady, if she wasn't happy with, she didn't want to be back with him because he was trying to get her everything.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. And then it doesn't work. And then he's like, okay, just know that I still love you, and I hope we can still be friends or something. A nice way to give it a little resolution, not just drop him off the face of the earth to be Thanos dusted as soon as he's off the screen.
That is what happens to all ex-boyfriends of the Hallmark cinematic universe. They just Hallmark movie idea number 2, The Bachelor Hallmark edition. Get a bunch of ex-boyfriends from a Hallmark movies past and have a good time. Let them have a good Christmas, no romance.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be like a recap.
I thought you were gonna say Battle Royale.
Well, I was also going to say just have them date each other, maybe.
Yeah, Gork. A more royale.
A more. Oh, what? Holy shit! Hallmark movie idea. A more. Wow.
So, anything you guys would change about
Hire
this
us,
idea?
Hallmark. Kind of tries, yes.
He does try. It's just he's so
jolly,
awkward.
But anyways, I feel like a lot of Alex's weirdness, it's not just his dialogue, it's the way that the writers wrote his motivations.
Yeah.
Because he never is direct about what he wants. I don't even think he knows what he wants throughout the movie.
Yeah.
And I can get into this a little bit later.
I mean, I'm done. If it can be your turn now if you want.
Okay, well, let me get to this, then I'll get to my actual stuff. But
okay.
It's always he has pretty normal human motivations, but the way that they are presented is maximum drama. Like the proposal, he has to get Ida in to be a contestant in the gingerbread contest. I thought she should have been a judge too, because then Kylie would still be super nervous around her, but it wouldn't be super shoehorned in.
Or stupid. It
was really stupid. But a normal person would be like, okay, I'm going to do a grand gesture. Normal people wouldn't do that, but hear me out. A normal person would be like, okay, I'll do this grand gesture. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna have her make the gingerbread. He's like, no, for the competition, I'm gonna sponsor her. She's on my team. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I liked about the movie, I loved the first song. And I think I mentioned this earlier on.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is one of the things I'm gonna edit out, but the music, the guy with the bells, and it's like da da da, lots of snow. I was like, oh fudge! This is gonna be such a bad movie, and I love a good bad movie. Mystery Science Theater 3000 is my
Gingerbread.
So it was just quite wonderful.
Question, did anyone else, while checking the notes, did anyone else laugh at the scene when Nick sees a proposal and just runs away, like Cinderella style? I honestly laughed out loud.
It just wasn't meant to be.
It was just no. The part where Alex proposes, she looks up, and then you just see Nick look and run. Just how quick it went. It was just
Run.
I burst out. I fucking
Run.
lost it.
Oh my god. I love that you
Yes.
brought up the AWOL Nation there.
Okay. So I liked, like I said, I liked the opening music. I like I don't know, I like Christmas, so it was a fun movie for me in that regard. I liked the sibling relationship between Kylie and her sister, whose name I cannot recall. Michelle?
It didn't
I
feel
think it
like a
was
real
Michelle.
relationship. Maybe it's just because I have a brother and not a sister, but it didn't
seemed
feel real.
Granted, I don't really have a sibling, but I don't know, they seem to like quip at each other like siblings.
It
A
felt
little.
like a lot of the quipping was for exposition.
Yeah, it was exposition. That's the first thing in my do not like pile, but we'll get to that in a second.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I never mentioned. There's a lot of exposition.
No, you mentioned
You've
several
mentioned it
times.
several
Oh.
times.
Oh.
But anyways, yeah, my last thing, and I did mention that this, I like that she broke up with him. I liked that she had some self-respect. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna be treated like this. No.
Me when I was watching this movie.
You broke up with the Sweetest Christmas.
No, I'm not gonna treat myself like this.
Oh, you watched it. So
That's
you
the
did
problem.
treat-
That's the problem.
Toxic relationship.
Okay, back to the things I don't like. Exposition. There's so much, and like I said, Kylie, 90% of her lines have some kind of exposition. And like I know technically like all dialogue is some form of exposition, but like Kylie's is next level. Like the first half of the movie, she does not say one thing that is not expository. Like
That explains what's going on.
yeah, like there's 5 different lines where she's talking about the gingerbread competition within the first 5 minutes. It's all about the gingerbread competition.
Yeah.
Like I get she's excited for it, but still. Let's see.
Oh yeah, did she literally says also in the beginning, like, yeah, 5 different lines about the gingerbread competition, and she also explains how she's entered several times before, and like,
But she's never
Never got
actually
in.
been to the show too.
Yeah.
She never went because Ralphie's went into the show a few times, but she's never been.
Mm-hmm. But and she also shoehorns in the beginning of the movie with that exposition, like, no, it's only edible stuff. You can't put any like non-edible things in it except for lights. So when Alex's jewelry shop is there, she says like, "Oh, but then you get kicked out of the competition."
Oh.
Yeah. She did beginning and the end both times. It's like, okay, pick one. I kind of wondered like how old everyone is supposed to be because they all look like they're in their 30s or 40s and they're still like super focused on their high school days.
It's a small town, Ruth. You can't really blame them.
Fair. But yeah, everyone talked about high school like they just graduated last week, you know? Like, do you remember in high school when Nick and Kylie used to date? Yeah, they used to date. I remember it like it was yesterday. I know, and now they're broken up.
We're high school sweethearts. We have any room to judge?
I didn't like the reason that Kylie and Nick broke up in high school. It kind of played into that. Kylie's super perfect. She realized Nick wasn't ready for a relationship. He had too much on his plate. Like, she's a high schooler. She's gonna break up with him over that. If anything, it would be like, he's not paying attention to me. His mom died. He's at the restaurant all the time. Why isn't he noticing me? I just got...
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
Yeah, exactly. She was like 15 when they broke up.
Was she? I thought she was like in college because she was going to school too.
Yeah, they broke up because they were going to college, I think.
So okay. My impression was still that they were in high school.
Oh, I thought this was funny. I did some stupid research on this.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "Oh, I've been to Michelin star restaurants, plural. I did the research, so I know there's a few ones. So the reason I got into Michelin star restaurants research in the past was because I heard about a food truck in not food truck. They call it like a small, not a truck, but
stand,
a chicken stand in Singapore. They got a Michelin star, which is like, and it costs like a normal everyday meal, and it got a Michelin star. So and it was so weird. So I looked at the average price. It's around the average lowest price menu on the Michelin star restaurants, which is I think around 135. If I remember, if I looked at it correctly.
Woof.
The lowest is around $98. The lowest priced item on average is around $98 for a full meal.
Yeah.
So, and that was the 3 stars, I think. So,
And she's in Mountains of Debt.
And she's in Mountains of Debt. That was the thing. I'm like, it was in the same situation. She mentions 1, she's in debt. 2, she's been in Michelin-star restaurants. I'm like, I fucking wonder why.
Plural.
Sorry, keep going.
College.
Well, yeah, like one thing that frustrated me, Bobby the kid, Bobby whatever, son of Nick whatever,
Son of
says that the one thing that reminds him of Christmas is that his dad gets him a soccer ball every year.
Oh, I forgot about that shit.
Which is super weird because Bobby says that like it's the thing he associates it with Christmas because his dad gets it for him. His dad is a really good, attentive dad, and
he is?
Well, I'm getting to that. He's portrayed as that.
Okay.
But a soccer ball for like a kid who's like super sciencey and engineering and like loves crafting things, it just screams out of touch dad for Nick. And they kind of don't like they straddle it. They need to pick a lane, and I think they should have gone with out of touch workaholic dad.
Yeah. Also,
it fits better.
How do I say this? I know you said that it might be a big deal that his mom died, and that's why he doesn't do a good job with Christmas. His mom dying doesn't seem to bother him.
Yeah. Well,
so,
I mean,
I think you're right. That might have been the original idea, but it doesn't come across.
Hiding trauma, though.
Yes, but this movie doesn't. It's a Hallmark movie. They're gonna be wearing their emotions on their sleeve.
True, but Nick seemed pretty realistic to I lost my mom when I was in high school, college, whatever.
Yeah.
The sister was always really hot and cold with Kylie, like especially with the relationships, because she was like at the beginning Kylie was talking about Nick and she was like, ooh, you like Nick, he. And Kylie's like, yeah, I think he is cute. What if I like went to the restaurant and she's like, whoa, slow your roll, girl. That's weird.
Wait, I thought she encouraged him. But she
encouraged her up to a point when Kylie said that she was like it could be hinted that she starts to like Nick, and then she's like, whoa, no. This is weird. You're weird. Stop being weird. I mentioned this earlier. Alex Hockey's motivations were super confusing. It's like, does he want to do right by her, or is he feeling like, does he want to win her back? What's going on there? Because you could read it both ways. And again, it's for maximum drama. Oh, another thing. It is exposited that she's like super clumsy and a quasi mess, but her makeup is perfect. Her hair is always beautifully kept. You never see her make a mess in the entire movie, but she's portrayed like the Hollywood love interest, I guess. I can't remember the term. The klutz trope. She's supposed to be the klutz trope. Everyone talks about her like she's the klutz, but she doesn't follow that. Like at all, physically, like looking at her.
I guess like it's a good thing that they don't follow the trope.
I mean, yeah, but like she's kind of a cardboard cutout of a person, and it feels like that you could start something with that. I don't know.
Yeah, like maybe she's a klutz, and the reason she red and green failed at the competition is because she broke her gingerbread.
Santa Claus?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, have her break more gingerbread. That's why she's starting like 2 weeks in advance. Maybe that's why she needed all the extra time.
Yeah, and then like the last minute carousel is like more impactful because it
exactly, yeah.
Didn't break it.
I forgot.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine.
I mentioned the Georgia thing. It's snowing in Georgia. It's fine. It's normal. Climate change does not exist in Hallmark world.
This is fun.
Wait, what if the snow is the dust from the ex-boyfriends?
Oh God, they make snow. They throw snowballs at each other. That's extra stuff.
It's not snowballs, it's just snow because they don't pack it into balls.
Because it's dust from the ex-boyfriends.
Exactly.
Because the Thanos snap happened, but since it's no, never mind.
Yeah, all the rest of the things I basically just mentioned, like drama is almost always manufactured, especially in the third part. Alex, his proposal was really weird, and I found all of the Gingerbread creations to be super boring, especially Kylie's until the end. The carousel is the only exception.
Yeah, because one of them was like the Empire State Building. The other one was like the
The Golden
proposal
Gate Bridge,
house.
and that was they were talking like
What?
when they suggested that, I was like, "What the where are you gonna get?
No,
Where's
I'm
the
talking about
gingerbread
like
going?"
you see all 4 creations at the end. One
Mhm.
was like the Empire State Building.
Yeah,
Was like the proposal house. Then there was the carousel, and the one you see glimpses of it is a fucking lighthouse. Hey,
bad
that
luck.
movie works itself in again. Watch the lighthouse.
Hey.
It's bad luck to kill a gingerbread man.
Anyways,
Sorry.
so here's what I would.
Have it your way. I like your bacon.
Okay, back to what I would fix. So to again give Kylie some personality, I think when she broke up with Nick or with Alex the first time in the pizzeria, Nick should walk up to her post like breakup, and he's like, "Oh, Kylie, how are you?" And she turns around, and it's like makeup streaming down her face. She's like ugly sobbing. Because you guys commented, she's super perfect throughout the movie. She's super well composed. I feel like she's
I agree.
super invested in this relationship. It's implied to be she's more infatuated with Alex than he was her, but if anything, it was kind of, that could be a way to show that, because the way it comes across in the movie, he was almost obsessed over her. He just didn't know how to communicate it.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm sure he's just like having her at work, honestly. Like,
yeah,
I'd like it if you worked with me, honestly.
It was either that or twisted around entirely, where she didn't know. She assumed that they were in a relationship, and he had no idea.
No, I'm just gonna call. Oh man,
I don't know.
That'd be really
Is
funny.
she even getting the pee-pee? Like, honestly.
We don't know.
Cut
We have
that.
no idea.
It's a no, we're
No,
not.
I'm keeping that in.
It's a Hallmark movie.
No.
It's a Hallmark movie.
It's a Hallmark. Oh man.
Okay.
No.
I agreed. I think Hector said it. Kylie should be giving Bobby actual baking lessons while she works, and I think Bobby should have actually made gingerbread cookies at the Christmas party, because then the gingerbread could still like be a part
Yeah,
of
no,
it.
I agree. I thought that's where it was headed, to be honest.
I know, right? It was right there. It was right
but then
there.
But then I thought about them. I'm like, wait, but if they do that, then we'd be complaining that, oh, why didn't it be something like cupcakes? It's
Yeah, it is
gingerbread.
kind of it's
yeah. There's no way to win.
Catch-22.
There's no way to win for them on that one. I'm willing to give them a break with the cupcakes. It's just maybe focus more on the cupcakes.
Yeah.
Maybe she has an idea for the gingerbread house from working on the cupcakes.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. A giant gingerbread soccer ball. I don't know. Anyways, I kind of expected Kylie to quit her job, but apparently she never like quit her job.
Yeah, I know, that was kind of awkward.
So I think she should have like quit her job and got a job at the restaurant, because it was right there. They said like, "Oh no, one of our cooks quit. We need to like get back to it because people want pizza at Christmas."
Maybe that town has a thing like KFC in Japan.
Jeez, that's right. She never quit her job.
She's working at the office with Alex the entire time.
Do you guys remember that she had like that best friend at the office
who disappeared after the Christmas party? Oh yes.
Did she get Thanos stuff too? I know she's not an ex-boyfriend, but
again, after your role in the Hallmark movie is fulfilled, you're turned into the snow. It's the rule now. Anyways,
the kids years later like puts a tongue, their tongue out, Dad, it gets them on their tongue. Dad. That's taken from a comic. I don't remember what though.
Anyways, so I think Kylie should have gotten a job at the restaurant. And then I was as you were talking, Ed, I had like that sudden eureka moment, especially if we're going down the Alex gets Kylie route. She quits her job at the office, but she was the one who was supposed to be in charge of the Christmas party because it was so shitty last year. So have it start to be a nightmare. We see Alex is like freaking out, and he calls the one person he knows he can, like, "Kylie, please, I know we broke up. I know it's super awkward. You're an amazing pastry chef. Can you please save my Christmas party so we can be a team one last time. And then Kylie comes to the
man.
rescue for him, so Nick doesn't have to be there because
that whole thing with him talking to her was kind of awkward too.
Yeah, it came off super awkward. But again,
Nick, I mean, talking to her after
yeah, I
she
know.
heard him box her out.
I got you.
Sorry, to make sure.
You're totally fine.
Yeah, that was weird. That's a really good way to fix it. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Back on track. Yeah. So Nick either needs to be more sciencey and like in tune with his kid, or needs to be an out of touch dad. And I think it would be better if he was an out of touch dad. Whether or not Kylie, and I feel like the story arc is a little bit more complete if he learns to kind of just like open his heart a little bit more and get a little more Christmassy and like, hey, your son's like 7. He's not going to be 7 forever. He's going to be 7 for like 365 days of the year. Spend some time with him. Don't get him a soccer ball. For the love of God, do not get him a soccer ball. Continuing on with this kind of thing, with changing Nick's personality. Everyone talks about Nick like he's super naive because he grew up too fast, but he's also like a big goober every time he's on screen. Like, he's always cracking jokes, he's always smiling, he's always super friendly. He's a really good host, but like we don't see that thing that everyone else talks about.
Yeah.
So I'd say like make him a bit more like no nonsense, a little bit more straight laced.
Have him
be like kind of hosty, like hello,
yeah,
but like more serious, more composed, adulty. He doesn't come off as adulty. He comes off as a big goober Labrador puppy.
Mm-hmm.
The third act is a mess, and I think the biggest thing is just like stop having things go wrong off screen. Because I don't know, it felt like a lot of things were going wrong, especially off screen.
What do you mean off screen? Give me an example of one or two. I can't get what you're meaning.
Kylie complains about like there's like rumors of Ida being a part of the competition, and I think at one point she's like, I threw out my gingerbread because it wasn't working, and like blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There was little things like that where it's like, show it. Get rid of this exposition.
Get rid of some of the filler.
Yeah.
Are we not also, speaking of like weird
snowflake?
Are we not going to talk about the fact that the teacher for Bobby doesn't recognize his dad, but so she thinks, oh, you two are his parents. Like he's like, who are you? I'm like, oh, I'm his father. And I'm like, wait, you guys haven't met before? Yeah, no, she would know Nick's. I think she'd know like his parents are separated. That's like a school thing. Yeah, but she doesn't know about. She's never met Nick before because she's like, oh, who are you? Oh, I'm Nick, his father. I'm like. Well, even then, like, but she's an elementary school teacher. Bobby's 7. Like, I don't know, maybe this was just our school, but they had very strict guidelines on who to pick up, who to drop off. If you weren't on the list, you're getting arrested. Yeah. They
did mention the teacher was like new.
She is new, but like that is something that she's only been there for a short period of time. Yes, but. Even then, that's something that I imagine is drilled in because you don't want a kid fighting. It's been 2 weeks, though. She should have met his dad. Yeah. Also, like, it's the end of term. It's like the end of like their semester. Like usually they end at like Christmas break. Yeah. So she's got to have had some kind of parent-teacher conference with him. Yeah. Or at least she could just change the line where it's like, "Oh, who are you?" Or it's like, or he's like, "Oh, I'm Nick. I'm Bobby's dad." "Oh, you're Bobby's dad." Like. I've read your file. I'm an actual teacher. I do teachery things. I'm not just there to be in one scene and to compliment you guys as a couple and then get Thanos snapped. Yeah. The nieces too, like they get snapped and then they get unsnapped at the very end. Oh, I don't think they're snapped. They still have to roll. They're just in limbo. Oh, they were like frozen in carbonite. Yeah. Oh, one more thing. Ed, I'm surprised you didn't catch this. The last scene when they're in the carousel, it cuts to them holding hands. Then it goes up, shows the carousel part, and then it ends. And I'm like, why don't you just end it on them holding hands, not on the elves in carousel parts? That's weird. Yeah.
I didn't mind it too much actually.
So you noticed it too?
Yeah, I noticed that it went to like the little carousel thing, like spinning. I didn't mind it. I was just like,
thank God it's over.
It's different.
Thank Allah.
Pretty much.
But yeah, that was pretty much my thing. It just needed like little things,
Mhm.
except for the big things.
Yeah.
The whole movie needs a rewrite.
Yes,
In my opinion.
it feels like it was like mid draft, and then it was made.
Not in first draft, just mid draft.
Okay, I'm done with the first draft. Oh, you filmed the movie. Cool.
Yeah, this movie's a mess.
It is.
We've been
Grades?
talking for 2 hours about this movie.
Yes.
We
Well,
have a lot to edit down.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do grades?
I'm good to grade.
Ed, you go first. Seems to be the one that I'll go first. I'll give this one like a D. D. No, a D minus. Some parts were good. I'll give it a D.
F plus.
Jesus.
On my bad movie scale, it's like an A+.
How about on your normal movie scale?
Like a C at best.
Okay.
Like a C minus.
That's so high.
Yeah, you
I've
Okay,
given the
fine,
lowest
D
scores to
plus.
all of these movies.
except for John Wick.
Except for John
Okay.
Wick.
All right, fine. D+.
Fine. F plus, yeah. It's kind of bad. Just kind of bad.
It's just kind of bad. In the poll, you said like really bad.
Yeah.
So
It is
what are we gonna?
really bad.
What are we gonna do next?
Ring of
It was Ed's
Fire?
pick. Ring of Fire.
Ring of Fire.
Rain.
Rain
Fire.
of Fire.
Rain of Fire.
We're not gonna reshoot the.
REIGN. It stars Christian Bale.
Oh, cool.
And
We're not reshooting the Johnny Cash song.
The Johnny Cash song?
Ring of Fire.
Ring of Fire.
oh no, it's Rain of Fire. It's got dragons.
Cool.
Woo.
Are they like
Speaking
good
of dragons, there's a Monster Hunter movie coming out. With
It's already
dragons.
out. Don't watch it. It's the dude literally has the stunt not the director of that movie. Besides making those terrible Resident Evil movies, which is bad enough in itself, he once changed a stunt last minute, and it resulted on one of the stuntmen getting their face degloved.
I don't want to know what that means.
You don't want to know what that
I
means.
don't want to know what that means.
So
Oof.
he's not a good dude. He never really did much for. As far as I know, he didn't.
Didn't someone die in one of his movies? Another stunt
I
person?
think that might be the same dude, but maybe not. No. But yeah, maybe it was the degloving, maybe it was the dying. But yeah, he's not good.
Yeah.
The only cool kind of nice thing about him is that he keeps making his wife star as the lead character in all his films.
Wait, he's married to Mia
The
whatever.
lead
her
actress. Yes, and she was also the lead actress in all the Resident Evil movies.
He drinks his
Underworld
respect women juice.
Only one woman,
right?
as far as I know. But I haven't seen the other movies, so I'm not going to judge
She's-
him on that.
She's the same girl as the girl in Underworld, right?
I think
Yeah,
I
I
don't know if
think
that's
so.
him. I don't know if he did those movies, but probably. I don't
But
know.
it's the same girl.
I don't know. I've never seen Underworld.
Well,
I don't want to see Underworld. It just seems like a vampire. It seems like a edgy vampire take on Matrix.
Kind
Similar
of.
lighting.
they're fun. They're fun though.
Shall we sign off?
I guess so. Goodbye, everyone.
Yes,
Join us
goodbye.
for-
Catch us next time, whenever the hell that is. Catch us next time when we reshoot Rain of Fire.
All right.
Amazon. Sponsor us, please.
Today's film was Sweetest Christmas, directed by Terry Ingram. The writer was Aaron Dobson, and the cinematographers were Ryan McMaster and Ronald Richard. Go show some love to their social media accounts or some good vibes. They made a movie, which is a lot more than we can say here. And also, I want to give a big thank you to everyone who's been listening to us throughout this year. We appreciate our audience and your support throughout this year. And speaking of years, next year will be our first episode of the year, Rain of Fire. Until then, have a good day.